Mr. Murthy, thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us on this very special occasion of Infosys Prize 2019. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you and talk beyond really IT, but focus on research. It's interesting also because the prize has really evolved. We've seen a lot of global prize winners, really, from Nobel laureates to the Fields Prize. What systems and rigors did the trustees really put in place to ensure that you achieve this?
Well, first of all, we chose jury chairs who are truly world class. These are professors in the most competitive universities in their field in the US and elsewhere. For example, Professor Amartya Sen is at Harvard, he's a Nobel laureate. Professor Srinivas Vardhan is an Abel Prize winner, which is equivalent of Nobel Prize. Professor Srinivas Kulkarni is at Caltech, he is in physics, he has probably produced the largest number of papers in Nature, etc. The second thing that we did was we requested them to focus on candidates who have done work in India. They don't have to be citizens, they can be residents, but whose work will give them a tenured position in one of the top 10 universities in that area in the world. Third, we said if such a person doesn't exist one particular year, then look at non-resident Indians anywhere in the world whose work is of global quality. And finally, we said if such a person doesn't exist that year, then look at anybody in the world who is of a global quality but whose work has benefited India. So when you have high quality jury, when you have criteria that will automatically force good quality, then I believe that it would be possible to obtain good winners.
Got it, got it. Also, Mr. Murthy, the Infosys Prize really derives a lot of its credibility and prestige from brand Infosys itself. What is your take on brand Infosys today?
Well, I think Infosys Prize, having been founded by Infosys, has gotten considerable attention, definitely in India and in several other parts of the world, particularly in the United States. And therefore, I would say that combining the name of Infosys with science is what's going to lead to high quality candidates being chosen, attracting high quality jury members, high quality jury chairs, and then ensuring that these winners serve as role models for youngsters in the country.
Also, it's crucial that research really spurs large-scale innovation. A lot of innovations that we've seen, the credit really goes back to solid research over the last so many decades. But are shifts in technology really changing the dynamics, so to say?
Well, this is all about research. Research in 6 categories, whether it is physical sciences, mathematical sciences, whether it's engineering and computer science, or in social sciences and economics, or in humanities, or in life sciences. So in every one of these, by and large, it is in fundamental research and in a few cases in applied research. Therefore, our focus has always been on getting the best people who have excelled in research.
Got it. You've also been very vocal about the need to inculcate scientific temper among school-going children. Is there a need to revamp the current education system, so to say? How do we really make our youngsters a lot more curious about science and the world around them generally?
No, I think you're right, absolutely. We have to move towards Socratic way of learning. In other words, children should prepare at home, they should come to the class, they should exchange ideas with their peers, and they should ask questions of the teachers should ask questions of the students. In other words, the classroom should be a place where there is interchange of ideas, there is satiation of curiosity, there is opportunity for go deeper into a subject, etc., etc. Once we do that, I believe we will enhance the daring, the curiosity, the dreaming, and the visioning of our children insofar as research is concerned, insofar as making this a better world is concerned.
All right. Mr. Murthy, you've been very vocal about the role of strong value systems across peers. As far as research efforts are concerned, how crucial are ethics, also value systems really when you're driving large-scale research, especially in a market like India, when there are so many problems really to solve?
In every aspect of life, values are very important, because values are what make us sleep well. Values are what give us a clear conscience. Therefore, whether it's research or corporate world or something or educational area, honesty and good values become extremely important. So without values, there is no purpose in doing anything, and it won't be worthwhile.
Would you agree that it's all the more important now when traditional belief systems are really being challenged?
That's what research is all about. That's what progress is all about. That's what making this a better world is all about. So therefore, I am glad that traditional systems are being questioned, new ideas are coming into play, and the world is becoming a better place. Absolutely.
Also, the role of government in really boosting R&D spends. We've seen the maximum amount of spending as far as R&D, although it's sub 1% of GDP. Move around the CSR spends and increasing the ambit to also cover research areas. How crucial, will this really be a game changer, really?
Well, I think the fact that the government has increased the R&D expenditure from 0.6% of GDP to 1% of GDP is an extremely welcome move. I'm very, very happy government has done. But let's compare ourselves with US and China, etc., which are somewhere around 3 and 4%. Therefore, we have a long way to go. We have to put in even more money. We have to create an environment where children are encouraged to think independently. Their children's curiosity has to be enhanced. Children have to learn using Socratic way of learning, etc. So there are a lot of work that needs to be done today for us to become viable players in the global research arena.
Got it. In your speech earlier as well, you spoke about how India has been the land of Aryabhatta, C.V. Raman. But what more do we do to really address the gaps currently in challenging times itself to ensure we do have, you spoke about how you'd love to have large-scale innovation really happen every month. What gaps, challenges should India really address?
Well, I think if we create an environment where we encourage the daring, curiosity, dreaming of our youngsters and help them go deeper into any area by questioning, by interaction with people who are better than us, by exchanging ideas with people from other cultures who are in the same area, by not being afraid to fail. I do believe that we will be in a position to make considerable progress in research.
Got it. Last couple of questions before I really let you go, and I'd like to read this. You recently said this at a convocation that, you know, the coach Kabir Khan in the movie Chak De India provided the perfect recipe for bringing glory to the nation. We have to identify as Indians first for people who haven't really raised above affiliations around state, religion, caste. Is this really missing in the discourse today?
Well, you know, I mean, we are always on a continuum where there is opportunity for improvement. There is no doubt about it. In every country, every part of the world, you know, there is opportunity for improvement. Therefore, there is opportunity even for India to improve. But the important thing is that in India, if we want to redeem the pledge of our founding fathers, then we have to first think of ourselves as Indians first, and then anything else. So that's the most important message.
All right, Mr. Murthy, Children's Day is close by. As a child, what really excited you about the world around you? What really fueled your curiosity? Any specific event that you remember from your childhood?
Well, you know, my father was a teacher, and every night at dinner, we all used to sit on the floor, and he would be sitting with us, and he would talk about the wonderful things that were happening in the country. Under Jawaharlal Nehru, he would talk about Bakranangal Dam, he would talk about steel plants, he would talk about Baba Atomic Research Center, he would talk about progress in various other areas, and that was very exciting for us because we had just got independence and we were building a country that we had all dreamed of. So that was a very positive time for me.
Lastly, what keeps you going? I know we end up asking this to you every time that we meet. You're traveling a lot more. What really keeps you going?
I think what keeps me going is my desire that we should become a country where the poorest child in the remotest part of India has enough to eat, has health care, education, nutrition, and opportunity and hope for a better future. That's what keeps me.
Works well. Wonderful, as always, chatting with you, Mr. Murthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Thank you.